Growing assertiveness had a profound impact on feminism in the 1920s. Young women focused on individual self-expression by rebelling against older Victorian restraints. The women that participated in these changes have come to be called New Women. Changing demographics contributed to this emergence of the New Woman. In the early 1900s, single women who lived outside their parents' houses were referred to as women adrift. These women, as well as women immigrants from Southern and Eastern Europe, lived in communities together, which was viewed as a social problem. This is because they were earning their own wages and living without parental supervision, which contributed to their engaging in questionable behaviors and styles. These changes within the women of the working class eventually filtered into the middle class and created a rift between parents and their daughters. This change brought with it the desire for a middle ground between prostitution and celibacy, which had been the norm in the Victorian era. The New Woman concept possessed a very sexual connotation. By 1913, the flapper had become the visual icon of the New Woman. These women cut their hair short, wore revealing clothing and makeup that shocked the older generations, danced to Charleston, and smoked and drank in public. Obviously, most parents and traditional conservative women did not approve of the change, and police forces, juvenile courts, and progressive reformers sought to curb the young woman's participation in the new social activities they sought entertainment through without adult supervision. They sought equality with men on the golf course and the speakeasy. Also, they believed that equality with men should include sexual fulfillment before and during marriage. New and more liberal laws led to a sharp rise in the divorce rate, though the institution of marriage was still upheld. Women did increasingly flirt and date throughout this time, though. The sense of woman's emancipation was heightened by a continuing drop in the birth rate and an abundance of consumer goods. However, women still spent up to 56 hours a week on their household duties, and eventually fell victim to the sexual conditioning of their parents. Women also still worked largely as domestic servants, despite the appearance of a complete change in American society. This persisted throughout the 1930s and even into the 1940s, leaving women vulnerable to employer abuse, which was not easily rectified without any representation by a union or organization. Emma Goldman and Elizabeth Gurley Flynn were the exception. Boldly outspoken, they brought constant attention to the prejudices that they had had to fight through to break free of their gender-assigned jobs and lifestyle. While it was led by young working women of all social and economic classes, it would be wrong to say that all women participated in this change, however. For every reformer, there was another who chose to remain conservative, thus smearing the line between what is old and new. This may be due to a great resistance from society concerning the new changes. A number of popular newspapers and magazines made a demand for a reversal of the change what was taking place among the women. This can be seen in programs that are designed to minimize or eradicate the presence of the New Woman mentality throughout societies. Examples of these are boarding schools, libraries, gymnasiums, homemaking courses, and religious instruction, mostly from the Young Women's Christian Association and a variety of other Catholic, Protestant, and, of course, the KKK programs. Overall, the New Woman of the Roaring Twenties represented the ideas of escape and frivolity that were prominent throughout this decade. They desired to assert